What's up, everybody? Once again, I hope you're having a great weekend. I'm having a pretty good weekend myself. We've had a little spotty rain and whatnot, but it is, the start of my mini vacation and hopefully making some good progress on the S13. So, yesterday I didn't film anything. I just, I started really late. I was kind of not motivated and I just didn't really think I'd have a lot of content because it was just like, honestly, I spent a long time working on little stuff that just took forever. Mostly like trying to clean some bolts up because I don't have brand new bolts for everything, and so they're all kind of like grimy, rusty and whatnot, so it's just a lot of scrubbing and cleaning and whatnot. But the front end is pretty much back together and I'm super excited. So I'll just give you a quick look. If you really want to see what's going on, check out the previous videos. But basically we've been trying to get the front end back together so we can get ready to test fit the 1JZ in the S13. So here's how everything's looking. We got the brakes back in and everything. I got new brake lines, but I just left those on there for right now. So we pretty much spent yesterday reconditioning all our hardware for our calipers, relubing everything, cleaning everything, and just getting it all back together. I wanted to resurface the rotors, but I mean, I'm really not too worried about it. It's just a light coating of rust. It should wear right off. And I can always do it at a later date. I'm just trying to get it so I can put wheels on it and stuff. But yeah, so I'm really excited. That is coming along great. And as you can see now, I'm trying to feed the chassis harness back inside the car. I really wanted to do some kind of relocation and stuff like that, but honestly, I just don't have the time right now. So I'm just going to put it all back in. It's going to be kind of difficult to figure out how I want to do this because obviously we cut a lot of the wheel wells out where everything sat. So I'm not exactly sure what I want to do just yet, but I'm pretty much probably going to put everything up here and just extend a little bit of wires if I need to, and try to figure out how I want to run the power system, but I'll do that all later. But yeah, so I'm going to work on this chassis harness and try to get it laid in here and everything. That is my goal right now. Alright, so as you can see, this is just a nightmare of wires. This is why I really wanted to try to relocate this. I just don't have time. But basically my idea is that this one here, I'm just going to like zip tie up in here against these wires. And then same kind of idea with this one is I'm just going to somehow get it to sit in here. So basically try to do something like this and just cram all this stuff up here away from the wheel and stuff like that. But yeah, so that's something we'll have to work on and everything. So now that I kind of got it in here, I'm just going to start playing with hooking things up, securing it, trying to figure out what went to what and what we have to do. Over here I have to do a relocation and wrap this up here so it doesn't rub on the wheel. But yeah, so that's pretty much getting the chassis harness laid out, and now it's just to clean it up a bit. So I'm going to work on this for a little bit and then I'll have an update for you. Alright guys, small little update. So I went ahead and tucked this wire up above there. Did the same over here and then installed my fender reinforcement bracket. Well, partially installed it. I need to install the door still. But got it up here and everything. It's not fully tightened yet, but just got it out the way. This box here, since it's small, I'm just going to zip tie up in here. These wires I believe I don't need because I think it was the power steering and something else. Over here, this thing, I'm not even sure what it is. Probably some kind of relay to fuel system, or I don't know. But anyways, it's going to get installed back up in here. These other plugs, I'm not exactly sure what they go to yet. I know this one was for the interior or engine harness or something. I don't know, but we'll figure it out. I know these are like the two plugs that you use for SR swaps in the engine. So this is where the engine harness and everything feeds into. So I won't really be needing those. I'm not exactly sure what this goes to. But what I did is I fed the power block. I fed this power block through here, and I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and self-tap it right here, so it'll be underneath and out of the way, and then I'll just zip tie the wires up. And then obviously this is windshield washer sprayer, and I think maybe fluid level indicator, and then our side marker light here. So we're doing pretty good, getting everything kind of routed. We got our headlight and corner front marker lights routed. I got one headlight, the other one I think is in the trunk. But yeah, all in all, not too bad. It's not gonna look terrible. It's not gonna be as clean as I was hoping, but it's not gonna look terrible because I'm just gonna ball up and tie out the wires I'm not using. Now the only thing I'm not sure how I want to do yet is, obviously I want to try to, well, I'm gonna figure out, I think it's this one is the starter signal out to the lower harness. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna wire this. I may just cut up my lower harness down and wire it to the JZ. So what I'm thinking, because obviously we have wires here that go to the positive terminal in the stock location, so these need to be hooked up to the battery positive. So what I'm thinking is that I'm going to run an external battery, well, a relocated battery, kill switch in the window cowl, and then the battery power wire is going to come through here somehow. I'll probably follow it down this channel, and then it'll come out, and somehow I'll put a distribution block and hook up all these wires and everything, and then bridge it over to the JZ area where the JZ is going to have most of its power from, because everything is on the intake side on the JZ. So on the one JZ, everything's on the left hand side that's going to need to get power and stuff. I'm just trying to get these wires laid in here decently so that we can have this all back together, and we can just keep pushing forward to getting this car back in one state. So I want to go ahead and get the headlights back on. I got to try to find the hardware, and I know they're kind of shitty, but I want to get the hardware for that. I want to start installing some of these grounds that I've noticed that need to get attached, and I'm just going to keep plugging away, and I'll update you guys as I go. Alright guys, after a couple hours and everything like that, of course this is a pretty slow process because it's been many months since I've had this car apart, and I'm trying to figure everything out and kind of plan how I want to do things. We're making a little bit of progress, so I thought I'd share with you guys what I've accomplished. So, we now have headlights, got our hood latch, and some things figured out. So first I'll start over here and show you. So here is our fuse box, and I have drilled and installed it here underneath, and we'll, you know, mount everything right here. Over here we've kind of routed our hood latch cable, so we'll probably secure it down here somewhere, and it comes up and comes through and goes to our hood latch, and we've installed that. And then we've installed this headlight as well, and like I said, and wrapped up this harness. I know it probably doesn't seem like a lot, but trying to figure out the best plan of attack when it comes to wiring and access and where to put things and everything is kind of, you know, a slow process. Plus trying to find the bolts and everything, clean up the bolts because they're all pretty rusty and everything. And, you know, I wish I could have just ordered like all the new front hardware and stuff, but I don't have time, don't have money for that, so we're just trying to make do with what we got. But my idea is right here is where I'm thinking I'll install like a, you know, little distribution, maybe a couple relays, fan relays. I'm not sure exactly, but it leaves a decent amount of room here for when I run the power line coming through here. I go in right here to a little distribution block, and then run the alternator wires and battery wires right here can come up and go in there, and shouldn't interfere with anything. All this will be zip tied out of the way from the wheel, so I think that'll work really well. So it's just a slow, tedious day of doing some wiring and just trying to get the chassis ready for the engine. But I'm super excited because, you know, it's starting to look like a car again. I mean, you know, it was just bare bones, and now it's starting to look like a car again. So I'm getting really excited. I'm trying to find a lug nut so I can put the wheels on it, and everything, because it would be nice to get this down on off the like rollers I have on it and get the actual wheels on and stuff like that, and to check some clearances with wiring and whatnot. So I'm trying to find lug nuts, you know, but either way, I'm gonna keep working. I'll update you guys as I go. I don't really know where I was going with this video, but I will say I've just been like, I don't know, tackling little things and stuff like that, and just trying to get some things accomplished. I haven't really had a lot to share with you guys because it's just small, tedious work, but hopefully you enjoy just the quick updates and stuff like that, just to let you see the progress and everything as the car transforms back from nothing to, I don't know, a car. So I'll just kind of give you another update. So I went ahead and threw some wheels on. These are just some spares I have just to kind of check it out. Put the wiper motor back in and just started doing, like I said, finishing up some more wiring. put the cases on and everything like that. I found these little rubber grommets I installed there. Found the one over there that fits so I can run the power line for that. And I'm just like, hooked up the linkages and put the wiper cowl on. I can't really say I've been doing a whole lot, but I have been just, like I say, cleaning little things, putting them in, finding bolts, putting them in, and just going at it and doing what I can. It is starting to look like a car, so I'm really excited. I have not seen this thing this complete in forever, so I'm really happy. I can't really put the column in yet. I'll show you why. So I ended up having to replace this entire floor section here. So I need to scuff it up and put some primer down on it and everything. And then I need to fix this plate a little bit because it rusted through, and put it back because it goes in there somewhere. And basically like so, and that's where your footrest and everything mounts to. And I want to get that all done before I put the column back in. Because I think it'll just be easier to deal with. So I need to tackle some stuff on the inside, but I'm more worried about getting the engine test fit, drive shaft measurement, trying to get that rolling and everything. So that's why I don't really want to start on the interior until I've already got the engine in and test fit and measured for the drive shaft and whatnot. So I need to find a E36 or E46 gazebo rubber thingy that attaches to the drive shaft, or at least get a measurement of how thick they are so I can factor that in with my drive shaft and everything. I was thinking about pulling the drive shaft out of the BMW and seeing what its length's like, and maybe seeing if it could be modified to fit the S chassis by like just changing it a little bit, changing the diff flange and whatnot. But I probably won't go that route. I'm probably just going to get a custom one made. It'll be the best, and I can just get a one piece, which will be really sweet. Get rid of the carrier bearing, all that junk. But either way, I'm going to keep working for a little bit longer. And yeah, I'll bring you guys back when I get some more progress done. Alright guys, here's my hood bracket and everything like that. And if you ever wondered like how people do the Honda hood mod or whatever you want to call it, so you can basically open your hood up and it doesn't stop. If you look here, basically the way it works is there's a raised part right here and another raised part there, and what happens is when they get to a 90 they lock on each other and you can't open it anymore. So there you can see on this one. So if you ever wondered how the Honda hood mod works for the S13, I'll show you really quickly. So here's a factory bracket. As you can see, there's two parts here and here that are made to interlock and prevent you from opening it up all the way. So what you do, and I've done on this one, is you just cut a notch out of it, and then it allows it to bypass and open up all the way, and you have the Honda hood mod. And there we go. So all you can see, all I did was I notched that out, and then where it was still bent a little bit, I just hammered it flat so it would bypass, no problem. So now I'm going to scuff these up and give them a quick spray paint just so they look a little nicer. What is up everybody? Alright, so I've been just toying around. I know it doesn't really seem like I've made a lot of progress, but it's amazing to me because the car looks like a car minus the engine and the body panels. But it's starting to look like a car. So I'll show you these hood hinges real quick because they're coming out really nice. So it's just some Rust-Oleum white, gloss white, nothing fancy, but they look way better than the rusted things they were before. So it just goes to show you a little bit of elbow grease and some small little, paint here and there can do a lot for your build. So as you see, not much has changed, but we got the headlights on. I really like how everything is coming out. So everything is kind of going to be tucked up front. So there's not going to be a lot of clutter, minus the wiring for the 1J is going to come off the engine, and I'll have to figure out how I want to do that just yet. But, with the relay boxes all out the way, you're not going to have them here, so it looks really clean. I'm really happy with the way this is coming out. So yeah, hopefully you like it. Drop a comment down below if you are excited like I am, or if you have any suggestions I can do to make it look better. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up today's video. Nothing too major, just a bunch of cleaning and reassembly and stuff. And I'm really happy with the progress we made today. I couldn't ask for more. Well, we can always ask to get more done, but hey, we got a lot done, and I'm seeing a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel that may give me a little hope that we could drift this thing at the end of the month. I still have, Monday through the following Monday, so about 7-8 days left. that I may be able to get a lot more progress done. So tomorrow is going to be a big day. I don't know where else to go with this chassis unless I go into the interior and start sanding, painting, welding, and just fixing stuff inside, and I really don't want to jump to that because I need to get the drive shaft ordered. That's going to be a big thing that's going to hold us up if I don't get a drive shaft. So taking the 1J off the stand, we're going to throw the adapter plate and all that stuff on, get the transmission on so we can mount it in the car hopefully and try to get some measurements for our drive shaft. If you're excited and stoked like me, please like, share, and subscribe. Cop a sticker, support the build, and funds are getting a little dry. I need to come up with some scratch so I can keep this thing going, but whatever. Throw a thumbs up, that at least helps me out. I appreciate everybody that watches my video and gives me a thumbs up and comments and whatever. I always try to look at the comments and respond back. So if you have any questions, comments, whatever, just drop it down below and I will get back to you. I will see you on the next one. Later.